huge risky move.
Yeah.
That, you know, not everybody was happy about. I think within the company, everybody was really mixed. All the creators working with DC, because I had an exclusive with them at the time.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And so, like, don't pull me down with you, this is bad. But, yeah, it was hard, but then COVID happened, and, you know, I think people got a little gun shy to make big, bold moves. And so it's like, oh, maybe this is not a good time for this. And they were probably right.
Yeah. Yeah, because I could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Who spearheaded that? Do you remember who was doing it?
Stan Didio.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's crazy. Wow. And another one, I brought a copy of this for you to sign as well, if you don't mind. So Joëlle illustrated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, and it's the highest selling comic book this year so far. How did you get involved with this? Yeah, isn't that amazing? That's awesome.
I didn't know people still liked it.
How did you get involved in this project?
It was Jamie Rich.
Oh, okay.
He was on his way out living.
All right, BCAFers, group cosplay begins at noon. If you are interested in registering for the group cosplay competition, please make your way towards the registration table by the junior ballroom.
Do you have an idea for a costume?
Yeah, we'll get like old potato sacks and like we'll all go as a group. We'll be the taters.
No, Jamie was leaving IDW, and I had just left my exclusive with DC, and I was just kind of trying to take like a slow pace, and like I'm really burnt out on monthly comic books. I've been doing it for, years and years now, and it just became too much. And so the first thing he offers me is a monthly book, and I'm like, oh man. But you know, I love the Turtles, and Jason Aaron's one of my favorite writers, and Raphael's my favorite Turtle. So like, I can't say no. I'm just gonna have a good time, have fun. And again, I don't think anybody's gonna see it because I clearly don't pay attention to the culture. But yeah, no, I had the most fun with that book.
That's awesome. Yeah. Jamie's he just signed like a new, he's starting up a new comic book company now. He's like with the movie producer from
Eric Gitter, yeah.
Yeah, Gitter from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, and part of the rumors that started were leaked through, I think, Really Cool or something, wrote about, like, there's a mysterious comic book company in Boise. Part of that was they were certain, because Jamie just moved here, like a block from me.
What?
Yeah.
He lives here?
Yeah, he's like 2 weeks in.
Really?
So be gentle.
Okay. Don't introduce the Huckleberry Jam straight away.
He loves that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so a lot of it was like an inside joke too, because they knew he was moving here, and then they started teasing that he's going to start a comic book company here, because he was about to start a comic book company. And Joe Quesada beat him to the punch, I guess.
Isn't that crazy? That's so
That was
insane.
weird. That was really weird.
Because I did hear a rumor that some people thought it was Jamie S. Rich. It's like, why would they think it's Jamie S. Rich? Well, that's obviously because he's here now. I guess that's why.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's hilarious.
I'm sorry.
That's crazy. That's insane. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you guys have you've had a long relationship working wise with him. Because he wrote the first or co-wrote the first Lady Killer, right? And then you guys did a couple of the projects prior to that, right?
Yeah, we did 2 or 3 graphic novels together. I got my start at Dark Horse Comics. And then they're like, we want you to meet this writer, he's got a great pitch. So we went in for coffee, started talking, and we realized we lived a block from each other.
Oh, crazy.
And there was a pub in between. And so it just became a regular thing. You know, hanging out, talking about comic books, talking about work. He's also a movie reviewer, and so you know, it just became a friendship. It's been like 20 years now.
That's crazy. That's cool. Yeah, he wrote a book too, right? He wrote a novel, didn't he?
Yeah, he's written 3 novels.
Oh wow, crazy. So now you've got a new comic book company now too. So you're co-founder with this.
It's the in thing.
Everybody's doing it. I was like, if you're not, you ain't nobody. You're just a comic book company. I saw that they have an article. God, like you raised $5 million in seed money. That's fantastic. And I was, yeah, no big deal, Joelle.
Well, I didn't do it. I don't have friends like that, so
I wrote,
don't
oh
ask.
man, yeah, I wish I had friends like that. So I read a little bit about it. It's like a really interesting idea for a company and the way they want to do things. Can you tell us a little bit about DSTLRY and what makes them different from other comic book companies?
Yeah, I think, so there's like founding creators who are like, you know, like image founding creators. And they give us, well, we all have stakes in the company. So we all benefit from the sales. And so it's the guys that sold Comixology, or they invented Comixology, and then sold it to Amazon and are now doing DSTLRY. And yeah, they approached me and they're like, we want you to have a reason for this company to succeed. So, you know, and with the history of how artists and writers have been treated in comics, to not only just have ownership over your story, but like, this also gives me a stake in saying, I also want my fellow creators to succeed, because we all want to make money.
And I don't know if you know enough about this to speak to it or not, because I wouldn't know anything about it. They have a thing growing. Tell me if this is true. I thought I read this. They've got like a kind of a new way of like selling and distributing like e-comics, I guess, such that you like own it proper and then you can sell it. And like there's a way that like creators can I don't know what you would call it, like Zoom sign copies and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I sign a lot of those digital copies at conventions,
Oh, wow.
and it's actually really cool. So I go with my iPad. They buy the book. They've got the QR code, so I scan it, and then I'm able to do. I draw all over their comic book
That's awesome.
and remark on it. And it's like, I'm not the best at drawing digitally, but it's just super fun. And you have a blast, and the quality of art is, for a convention, like really great, as opposed to, you know, bleeding Sharpies and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But then, you know, that remarked or drawn up comic book is theirs only,
Yeah.
and they're free to sell it or keep it or whatever. So, you know, if you're a digital reader, you miss out on the culture of collecting, getting
Yeah.
signatures.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's sort of, I find it fascinating. Yeah, it really bridges the gap. Like, you don't want to collect the books. You love reading digitally. It's a cool option.
Yeah, you could still get an autograph.
You get to
That's
participate in
awesome.
the
That's
comic
like,
culture.
that's a huge twist on the whole digital thing. That's amazing. Yeah, because like, and I love the idea of like you own the comic like outright and stuff, because like there's some like where you can, I know somebody that bought a ton of comic books from a company, I won't mention any names, Dark Horse, and one day like their entire collection was gone, and they're just like, well, you know, sorry, I guess.
Yeah,
You
that
know.
happened to me too.
Did it really?
When
Yeah.
Comixology went to Amazon,
Yeah, it's like
I lost so much.
that was the thing that, you know, it dissuades a lot of people from like digital comics. It's like, I don't really own it. It's like it could go away at any time, but like with this, you actually do own it.
Mhm.
That's fantastic. Well, good luck with that. That's gonna be amazing. You've got, and so you've already got one book in the chamber with this company, correct?
I know, I should be drawing right now.
And so you're going to be working, so that it's going to be 3 red windows and with the Rom V, and so I assume, well, obviously you guys must know each other. He took over like after,
After
on
Catwoman.
what, on Catwoman,
Yeah.
like, right after you, yeah.
We still like each other. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this project. How'd you get involved with this one?
I was contractually obligated to do a book with DSTLRY because I'm, but I really, because of doing monthlies and I've been really burnt out, and I really want to get my creative juices flowing again. And I find collaborating with writers to be so satisfying.
Sure.
But then, you know, I get excited to do my own thing. So, yeah, I want to work with a writer really bad, and I love Rom's work so much.
Yeah.
And so he pitched me the idea, and it's very like Follow the House of Usher meets like Wall Street. It's and I've been dying to do a horror comic for a long time, so I'm very excited about it.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that actually. It looks really awesome. So I guess kind of the last question to kind of wrap things up. So what does the future hold for Joëlle Jones? Like, are there any characters that you would like to work with that you haven't yet? Like, what is your dream project?
Okay, right now I've got a top secret black label book with DC that is one of my big get characters, but it's a mix. Like it's two, and I'll only tell you one. It's Constantine is one, and that was my big one.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what's going on in here,
I can't. I'm trying to ignore it. That, oh, they're okay. That's crazy. And so that's coming from DC?
yes, but I can't. I'll get in trouble, but.
You can't say anything much more than that.
Yeah, but it was like, what am I working on? And then the character I've always wanted to do was Constantine, for sure.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
And Phoenix, I'm gonna do Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, Phoenix.
But I've got nothing, I don't have that going on.
No idea yet.
Nobody's asked.
You got, hey, pitch it.
No, because don't make me write it.
Oh. Find somebody to pitch it. Find a writer to pitch it to, then have them pitch it, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
Very good. Very cool. Well, yeah, I can't thank you enough for coming out here and talking to us.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
this has been awesome. Yeah, you are the culmination of everything that's happened comic book wise since the late 1800s in Idaho. You're the-
Oh, no.
No pressure.
I'm so sorry, Idaho.
No. But I mean, yeah, local girl make good. But I mean, yeah, you've done so much good work. Like, so, I mean, you could stop doing comic books today, and you've already had like an amazing career. So
Oh, it's very nice.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for coming out and talking to us.
Yeah,
Joëlle
thanks
Jones.
everybody for coming.
Attention beecappers, in 10 minutes we will begin our next round of panels and workshops in room 110B. We are working on big IP in 110C, pop culture podcasting. In 128, we will continue our tabletop role-playing games. And in 120B, we will have a light modeling session workshop.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I wrote questions down.
Especially with Friday.
So you talked about some artists from like the 80s, and one was like from Brooklyn. I'm just wondering how should they do that? Like if you're in like Brooklyn and your writer is.
I don't know. You know,
Who was it?
it was Jacob Bear. So he lived in Brooklyn for a little bit. I mean, he's moved around a little bit too.
And plus, like with the internet out there, it's a lot smaller, isn't it? So I mean, you can kind of reach out to people and.
So the idea of breaking in, I don't know, in the 80s, Brooklyn is such a bizarre,
Yeah.
like, I don't know how you would do
Yeah, I was wondering about that, and like, I imagine they would just like ship the drawings.
Oh, I used to do that way back in the day.
Did you really?
When I first got my start, I had to go to Kinko's. I would leave art in the Kinko's, look at the Xerox machines.
Yeah, I thought they, like, I don't know, we have a scan art artist, and I thought people would just like scan their
when
drawings.
you're trying to
and,
do history of
No.
comics, of the genre.
Oh, these are online by
No, I want to give these to you, so yeah, this is, yeah, no, so I think I gave you number one already. You have this one? I gave you one of them. I think I gave you number one.
We'll leave that to a lot.
Okay, all right, so, but yeah, you can have this one. This is the one where Anthony Doerr wrote in on a little note of encouragement and stuff. Yeah. I have one autobiographical story in there that I'm proud of. I hope you like it.
So I don't have. Oh, I can't wait to read it. Thank you for this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And your other question, I'm sorry, I jumped in there.
No, it's okay. Well, I wrote down lots of questions, but I guess like the big one that I was wondering about is like, I don't know, one thing that we learn about in school is like perspective of writers and artists. And I was wondering like, do you have any things where it's like your perspective of growing up in Boise where it's like this area that's growing? And I know there's just like a bunch of different histories. There's like the history of like LDS, indigenous people, like people that came around the Oregon Trail, and also your perspective as like a woman in the industry. How do you think those things like that's a lie.
Well, I mean, yeah, it all just kind of got dumped in the soup, I guess. Yeah, I was, my family came to the United States because of the LDS Church.
Yeah.
I
I was raised in it, no longer.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, it's exactly what you say, like, it's that culture, but then I grew up in the 90s, right near downtown. And so I got to take part in like the punk culture, the state culture, sneaking into like the crazy horses and stuff like that going on. So it was all like really, it was not great, like diametrically opposed to each other, all these different cultures. But
I ended
I
up
think
donating
that
that to the fire
parallels.
centers.
People are interesting.
But there was a couple.
Kind of what makes Boise interesting.
Yeah, I was just wondering, I don't know, I felt like there was some points in, I'm like a big fan of the Yara comics. And there were like points in reading that where I was like, oh yeah, this is Idaho. And I guess like one other thing is, like you were talking about the frustration about like Yara being called Supergirl. I kind of get that when I saw it.
It might have been a quiet.
I don't want to see Supergirl.
It's a demotion from
Yeah.
woman for sure.
But I was wondering, like, have you ever been like blamed or like pinpointed as like a writer or as an artist for like an editorial decision where you're like, look, I didn't like it either.
Every day.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think it's interesting to hear about like the requirements for characters because like you sometimes hear about it, but it's odd if you're like, creative writers.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear people's takes on
So what I'm doing
how they
is
think
rereading
the
a lot
process
of
runs. Because they actually, it runs with rules and that it's a company that has to direct it when everybody's just making it up at the last minute.
Wherever that comes from, like that. I was like, oh, that's how it's done. And then one other thing for Lady, I'm sorry, I have so many questions.
I just have a panel.
Yeah. One last question. For Lady Killer, and you're talking about like how you started writing, and you just wrote what was interesting.